Coming here, I heard so many amazing stories, heartbreaking stories, but I think, what is the next step? Taking actions. How can we take actions? That's the number one thing we need to find. So that's why whenever my manager told me about this summit, I'm like, oh my God, I want to go. I don't care if I'm speaking or not. I just want to go there and learn about it and educate myself because, this platform is given me by God and has an enormous reach. Today, I sit down with some of the people from Rohingyas. It was just so amazing to hear their stories, hear their struggles. And you know what? I said to myself one thing, I'm not alone in this.
The International Religious Freedom Summit, or IRF, is an annual gathering of diverse voices, including government leaders, religious leaders, rights advocates, NGOs, victims of religious persecution themselves.
The theme of this summit is religious freedom for everyone, everywhere, all the time, but a sub-theme is people of all faiths pulling together and working together and uniting behind this common cause. It's about standing up for and advocating for the other as well.
We need people to stand up and speak for those who have no voice, for the powerless, for people who are being persecuted. And there are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of them, millions of people all over the world.
It's important because we get to meet all people of different faith, and they all agree and they all into an agreement that everyone is free to practice their faith.
Being a first-gen survivor of religious persecution, I think it's very important, especially for young people, to have those voices and advocate for religious freedom.
We don't all have to have the same beliefs in order to be able to stand with one another about the persecuted church.
Clearly, religious freedom is in a crisis situation worldwide, so we've got to acknowledge that we need to think outside the box.
The purpose is to convene and catalyze the global movement. So it's not just to convene and everybody talk. The real purpose is to convene but catalyze. That's the practical piece, catalyzing actions.
It's important and crucial to have these discussions in this conference about what can civil society do in building a healthy relationship in a community level so that people will be able to protect their neighbor who's maybe Muslims, Christian, person of another faith, because we come to know that law is not enough.
What the IRF Summit is about is, what is it like on the ground? Who are the people that are being persecuted? They're here. What are the organizations that are working at grassroots level? Like our organization gets pastors, imams, and rabbis together. So I think it's the next reiteration of, and the next step for religious freedom to move forward.
The whole point is to get them at that table and get them working with governments and really offering to partner with governments. The multi-faith community partnering with the government to improve public policy, strengthen the rule of law, and secure religious freedom for everyone, everywhere.
We want to bring together people from a wide range, a huge range of faith communities, belief communities, and a tremendous number of countries, and also many different sectors: academia, activism, faith communities, journalism, you name it. We've got such an array of people coming here together to network, to meet one another, to learn, to hear the stories, and to build momentum around the goal of advancing this very, very fundamental right.
I think the ability to connect and build bridges and find partnerships, this is the place to do it.
That's why I call this a relationship summit, because I want people to be building relationships, and particularly ones with people that you don't know or don't look like you or don't think like you, because I've seen the power of that.
When we meet the people here, it's not just meeting like an old friends, but it's really meeting with people that understand our situation, that actually also in this together, to try to promote the values for the humanity.
Regardless of people's color, their creed, their orientation, their gender, every person is precious, and we should uphold and respect that fundamental right to life and all the other rights that flow from that.
Our stories are very powerful and the world needs to hear, and there's so many things that we can do to bring changes and help raising awareness and advocate for others.
The more they stand up for each other and work to protect each other, the more you see mutual trust and even reliance and even love across our deepest differences.
Every time I go out in the hallway, I hear another story of what somebody's doing here. It's just an incredible movement. And this movement, we stand for millions of people that are persecuted, but We all know why we're doing this. We don't do it for the awards, it's for the millions, billions in some cases. And we just keep after it. Keep going. We don't grow weary in doing good.
There's this fantastic atmosphere at the summit. So many hugs, so many feelings of reunion. We want to build deeper, closer relationships, a genuine sense of caring amongst the participants. And I really do think we're succeeding. It's wonderful.